today on 15 on 15.
Preparations for the Aruba beach policy are in full swing. Today on 15 on 15, find out how these will improve your oceanside experience. Plus, the synchronized swimming duet Anouk Iman and Kira Hooverts completed their Olympic qualifying tournament. Find out if they made the cut today on 15 on 15. And Aruba's tourism entities gather to discuss tourism plans for the months ahead. Thank you for joining us on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's get started with our latest local news topics. The top tourism attraction in Aruba has always been its beaches. The island is famously known around the world for its crystal clear blue waters and white sand beaches. Over the past several years, concerns have risen about the overpopulation both in the ocean and on shore. For one, hotels have built kiosks, palapas, bars in public areas, and water sports companies have multiplied. Therefore, the Aruban government has put the beach policy plan in action, which will take effect beginning on July 1st. After 2 years of planning, the Aruban beach policy will finally be executed beginning on July 1st. This new implementation entails all beach-related regulations will be enforced by authority figures. The current concerns are for the Aruban community and visiting tourists. Without clear regulations or enforcements of these in the past, many hotels have built on public beaches. A handful of water sport activity centers have opened without proper paperwork, and the island's beaches have become overcrowded with empty, unregulated beach chairs. As of July 1st, a team both on land and in the waters will be enforcing regulations on the beach with the water sport companies, hotels, kiosks, sail people, and bars. This will also bring a better sense of safety in the area. The Minister of Tourism, Otmar Oduber, stated that he would like to make it clear to the community that all Aruban beaches and palapas are public and should be used freely. This matter was also discussed with the Aruba Hotel and Tourism Association CEO, James Happel.
And one of the things that we talked about was progress with respect to the implementation of the new beach management policy, something that we fully support. And we're very happy it's moving forward. And we know that the deadline of July the 1st is coming up very quickly, so we were talking about the different things that have to be done between then and now. The minister was telling us about meetings he's going to be having with the various organizations and bodies that are going to be responsible for enforcing the regulations, so that was very, very helpful. And then we talked about the situation with respect to what we call other accommodation, the renting of apartments and condominiums, and the new legislation that's going to come before Parliament next week that really begins to address some of the issues with respect to regulation and creation of standards that will meet the needs of our visitors. So that was something else that we talked about. And we just basically then the conversation expanded into other issues like the potential for business from Europe and also the concerns that the minister has, quite legitimate concerns about the need to replace Venezuelan business should the situation in Venezuela change overnight, which it could possibly do. So we were talking about all these different things, and it was a very, very good meeting, very constructive.
Moving forward, the crackdown against people accessing illegal television programming content has moved region-wide. The spyware company Flow has been enforcing anti-piracy laws in the Caribbean. If you thought Aruba was an anti-piracy law-free zone, you could not be more wrong. A number of illegal users in Aruba were knocked out this week, joining those in a number of islands in the Caribbean, which have also been deactivated. Some in the neighboring islands of Bonaire and Curaçao have also been affected by the new tough anti-piracy action. This is a part of the international battle for control of virtual borders, where people have been illegally downloading program content. The American movie streaming company Netflix has indicated it will crack down on people in the Caribbean who jump borders to watch its content. Online payment service PayPal has given its support to those infringing intellectual property laws. Users across the Caribbean region are being informed if you are trying to access content deemed as unauthorized or which violates copyright laws, there have been changes regionally which could affect your access. We'll be back with more English news right here on Channel 15 ATV after a quick commercial break. When we come back from the break, Aruba's national synchronized swimming duet complete their Olympic qualifying tournament. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. Today, the Aruban synchronized swimming duet Anouk Ayman and Kira Huberts completed their Olympic qualifying competition in Rio. During the course of this tournament, 24 duets performed in the hopes of making it to the Summer Olympic Games in August. Here is how these Aruban athletes did. Walking onto that platform with an air of confidence, the Aruban duet Kira Huberts and Anouk Ayman showed the world Aruba's dedication and love for the sport. Their Gothic theme, well-synchronized routine seemed to mimic a power play between the two swimmers. During the course of this event, 24 duets performed for a chance at the top 11 qualifying spots for the Olympic Games in Rio 2016. These Aruban girls have been training for this day for a majority of their lives. Kira moving at the age of 14 to the United States to further focus on the sport, and Anouk being recruited for her college team. Over a year ago, the pair decided to move in together to improve their chances for the Olympics. Training night and day and competing in all corners of the world earned these girls a chance to represent their country at these qualifying tournaments. At the event, Spain, Italy, and France took the top 3 spots, earning them automatic entry to the Summer Olympic Games. The local female athletes made quite a statement in the water, with many online fans cheering for their glory. In the technical duet, they placed 19th out of 27, and during the free routine today, placing 20th with a score of 74.533, scoring the highest for their artistic impression. Sadly, they were not able to qualify in the top 11 spots of the competition, but their routines most definitely brought joy and pride to the Aruban community. Anouk, now 23 years old, has stated in the past that this will be her only Olympic attempt, as she will be older than most athletes for the next Games. However, Kira, at only 17, could still aim for another Olympic qualification for Aruba. From the entire team at Channel 15 ATV, we would like to congratulate both of these athletes for their tremendous dedication to the sport and beautiful performance they left behind in Rio. Turning the page, recently an online news source made its own list of the top 25 islands in the Caribbean, rating each location for its prices, climate, activities, and traveler satisfaction. Find out if Aruba made the cut. The Caribbean islands are known for their abundance of culture, sun, and sand. Though each island has its own unique appeal, some have advantages over others. Of course, as Arubans, we love to believe we are the best island in the Caribbean, and with top spots in the tourism industry, not many could argue. The online news source Business Insider recently ranked the best Caribbean islands based on the cost of hotels, bookings, their accessibility, and the range of activities they offer. To rank each island, average hotel room costs were calculated using data from Hotels.com, the flight time from New York City, the number of attractives listed on TripAdvisor, and the amount of coastline offered per square kilometer. Aruba was ranked number 11, stating Aruba is one of the most popular Caribbean destinations, thanks to resorts that offer prime package deals and more than 350 activities for visitors. The main town of Oranjestad is filled with pastel facades, landmarks, shops, while the island's outskirts are where you'll find hidden beaches and beautiful vistas. Familiar islands topping Aruba are Jamaica at number 6, the Bahamas at number 5, sister island Curacao at number 4, and Puerto Rico taking the first spot on the list for its affordable prices and its tropical terrain. Moving forward, can you believe that Finding Nemo was released over 13 years ago in 2003? This week, the Ellen DeGeneres Show debuted a sneak peek of its sequel, Finding Dory. The movie will follow the story of the forgetful bluefish on her adventure to find her parents. Of course, Ellen herself returns as the famous voice of Dory. And after this trailer was released on Tuesday morning, it has become an instant viral hit on social media. Check it out.
Today's the day, our field trip to the Stingray Migration.
Stingray Migration.
Migration is about going home, which is where you're from.
How do the stingrays all know where to go?
Instinct, something deep inside you that feels so familiar that you have to listen to it.
My mom, my dad, I have a family.
We will never forget you, Dory.
What if I forget you?
I miss them. You know what that feels like?
Yes.
Then we better get going.
Totally sick!
Isn't it great?
No! I'm gonna be totally sick!
Can you help me?
Sorry, not a great swimmer.
I think you swim beautifully.
Thank you. You're welcome. Wait, Dory?
Yes?
Dory?
Yes.
You and I were friends.
No.
It was so much fun because I'd tell you a story and then you'd completely forget about it, and then I'd get to tell it to you over and over again.
I'm looking for my family.
Are you crazy? It's too dangerous. Hands!
Hands? Mommy?
Holy Neptune!
That is definitely not Mommy! I'm sorry, I gotta blink. How do you hold your eyes open that long?
Stay with us because we'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break. After the break, the Aruba Hotel and Tourism Association, the Aruba Tourism Authority, and the Ministry of Tourism come together to discuss plans for 2016. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. A big factor as to why Aruba has been able to maintain a good position in the tourism market over the past couple of years is that the tourism industry is a very flexible one. New marketing strategies are constantly being promoted, hotels are able to create attractive packages for visiting guests, and of course the island always has a very attractive climate. Another important key is communication between the tourism entities. Therefore, the Minister of Tourism together with the Aruba Hotel and Tourism Association gathered this week to discuss new projects for the months to come. Up till now, 2016 has not been as strong of a tourism season as had been expected. Hotel occupancy is down and tourism-related businesses are not generating high season profits. Therefore, the Aruba Hotel and Tourism Association, together with the Minister of Tourism, discussed a course of action for the months ahead.
We're talking about moving forward into the rest of the year. I think we're all aware that certain conditions, particularly in the United States, have resulted in a perhaps softer than we would otherwise have expected January and February. And so obviously we're talking now about doing some additional marketing, particularly in the United States.
Amongst tourism marketing strategies, many other topics were discussed, mostly related to the implementation of regulations for other accommodations and strategies to enter the European market.
The situation with respect to what we call other accommodation, the renting of apartments and condominiums, and the new legislation that's going to come before Parliament next week, that really begins to address some of the issues with respect to regulation and creation of standards that will meet the needs of our visitors. So that was something else that we talked about. And we just basically then the conversation expanded into other issues like the potential business from Europe and also the concerns that the minister has, quite legitimate concerns about the need to replace Venezuelan business should the situation in Venezuela change overnight, which it could possibly do. So we were talking about all these different things, and it was a very, very good meeting, very constructive.
Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending Aruba topics. Be sure to like our 15 on 15 Facebook and Instagram page for all of your latest news updates. Also, don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See you then.